Why should you care about protecting your privacy? I mean, if you're not a criminal and if you're not participating in any illicit activities, why should you care? Spoiler alert, hackers love to know your patterns. They love to know your behaviors. And especially if we're talking about your involvement in the cryptocurrency space, your wheelings and dealings with your cryptocurrency investments, hackers would love to know how to take advantage of your vulnerabilities so that they can get a piece of your pie. So today I'm going to go over MetaMask, a very popular web extension that works within the Ethereum ecosystem, talking about DeFi, talking about very popular decentralized exchanges like Uniswap and many others that have the integration with MetaMask. This video is going to be over why I avoid at all costs using MetaMask. So let's get into it. First off the bat, MetaMask, again, is a super popular web application that functions as a web browser extension, specifically on Google Chrome and Firefox, also on Android for you crazy people out there who are using your cell phones to interact with cryptocurrencies and store your cryptocurrencies. That video is definitely in the making as well, a warning for the smartphone users of cryptocurrencies. Anyway, before I get too much off topic here, MetaMask is used, it's a way to interact with the Ethereum blockchain. It's very convenient. If you open up your Google Chrome web browser, if you use Google Chrome or Firefox, there's a little MetaMask icon. If you have downloaded it, you can click on it. You can access your Ethereum wallet. You can interact with decentralized exchanges like Uniswap. Again, like a lot of these DeFi projects, they're very happy to integrate with MetaMask. Here's my issue. MetaMask is a Google Chrome web extension, and the permissions that they request for you to confirm before you can download this web extension is scary. Now, for those of you who are, you've used the internet plenty of times, but sometimes you read these kind of permissions that these applications are requesting to have in order to function. Maybe they set up a little red flag for you. Maybe it's becoming a boiling frog scenario where you're becoming very accustomed to these kinds of permissions, and the little voice inside of you saying, maybe that's not such a good idea, that voice is getting quieter and quieter. I am here to remind you that voice is valid. For example, here are the permissions that are requested by MetaMask for it to function on your web browser. The ability to read and change all your data on the websites you visit, to display notifications, and to modify data you copy and paste. My friends, if you read this and again you have that little voice saying, that's kind of weird, listen to that voice, because these are kind of weird. These are really invasive permissions that MetaMask is requiring for you to approve for it to function on your web browser. Additionally, it's always a good idea to read up on any privacy policy for any website that you are using. Again, especially if you are using it to participate or to involve cryptocurrencies, for example, like centralized exchanges. Take a look at their privacy policy regarding their KYC storage and sharing policies. Also, websites like portfolio managers. I know CoinGecko is a very popular website, but again, they require you to create an account if you want to create a portfolio manager type of situation so that you can track your cryptocurrencies. You can log in how many cryptocurrencies you are owning, where you are trading them, how much you are paying for them. That is a lot of information for a website to get a hold of. And you have to be very trustworthy of their security of that information and the fact that they aren't logging it in. So, for example, here is I'm going to read you off a little bit of the privacy policy of MetaMask. Sharing of personal information. Again, they also list the types of information that they collect, but here's to the point of sharing personal information. We do not share or sell the personal information that you provide us with other organizations without your express consent. That sounds great. But then there's a comma, and it says, except as described in this privacy policy. Okay, so there's exceptions. Of course, there's always exceptions. They go on to say, we disclose personal information to third parties under the following circumstances. For their affiliates, we may disclose your personal information to our subsidiaries and corporate affiliates for purposes consistent with this privacy policy. To make money. Also, business transfers, if they were to go out of business, they would transfer your personal information to the company that bought. Also, it says, we may share information to comply with laws. We may share information to respond to lawful requests and legal processes. Okay. They say, you may permit us to share personal information with other companies or entities of your choosing. Those uses will be subject to the privacy policies of the recipient entity or entities. And they've also, of course, followed up with this little sentence I snuck in there right at the end that says, we may also share aggregated and or anonymized data with others for their own uses. That right there is a very important piece of information, especially considering the fact that this is, again, a Google Chrome web browser extension. Google, that one company that is certainly not known for its willingness to protect your privacy or to respect it at all. In fact, there's someone who says here, when asked, how safe is Google Chrome web browser, they say, in terms of protecting your privacy, Google Chrome is somewhere between horrible and dreadful. Another person says, how safe is Google Chrome in terms of privacy? They say, quite frankly, unsafe. There is no such thing as privacy when it comes to any and all Google products and services. Additionally, that very well also applies to the web browser extensions that function on those web browsers, like MetaMask. I mean, for those of you who are interested in protecting your privacy, period, regardless if you are interacting with cryptocurrencies or not, I think it's a go-to to go ahead and avoid Google Chrome. Now, for those of you who are thinking, oh, cool, well, it also functions on Firefox. The thing is, if you click on that option, if you want to download it as a web extension on Firefox, you're met with this information that's saying it is not monitored for security through Mozilla's recommended extensions program. So the least you can do is make sure that you are installing it from the legitimate source, from the official source, but still remember that the permissions that are required for it to function on Google Chrome are the very same permissions that are required for it to function on Firefox. Now, here's the thing. MetaMask is a wallet that was designed to be super convenient, and I think that's why it's been around for so long. It has proven that convenience. Whether it will continue to prove any type of security or privacy whatsoever is yet to be seen. I'm going to go ahead and err on the side of caution here because I truly believe it is better to be safe than sorry. But the real hypocrisy here is the fact that MetaMask is now majorly used with the likes of decentralized exchanges and dApps. That's really why MetaMask was designed, to help you interact with these in a very convenient way. But the advent of decentralized exchanges and decentralized applications were done so that you could participate in and use your cryptocurrencies in a way that doesn't sacrifice your privacy. So now there's this kind of like third party that, functions on Google Chrome and will probably definitely be using your data one way or another to sell it, to make money, or to track you, or another way, your data is being aggregated, and that data is very valuable. It should be very valuable to you for the reasons that I described in the intro of this video. Your patterns, your vulnerabilities, they are all become very evident as this information about you is collected. If you think these databases are infallible, have you never heard of identity theft? Have you never heard of all of these databases that have affected billions of people for decades? This lack of security has really negatively affected a lot of people. And this is a really easy way for you to just sidestep that situation and continue on in your secure participation in this cryptocurrency space. Now, if you don't care about this privacy policy, if you don't care about Google Chrome, the least you can do is limit your exposure, or more poignantly, limit the invasiveness of Google Chrome and their web extensions and of MetaMask itself. There is a really easy way to do this. If you have already downloaded MetaMask and you have not done this yet, I highly recommend that you do it right now as I'm talking about it in this video. Go ahead and open your Google Chrome or open Firefox, whichever web browser you have MetaMask installed on. Go ahead and click on the icon of MetaMask, and to the right-hand side, there should be like 3 little dots, and find the tab that says this can read and change site data. There's a little arrow and it'll be a drop-down menu. You have some options to click on. The automatic option is on all sites. What this option means is that MetaMask can analyze and see all of the data and information on any website that you are viewing on your Google Chrome, because MetaMask is a Google Chrome web extension. What you should definitely do is click on the option that says when you click the extension. That means that MetaMask will only be enacted when you voluntarily click on it, not so that it isn't functioning in the background without you knowing. That is a very easy way to just go ahead and limit your exposure to the invasion of privacy that is, quite frankly, happening by MetaMask. If you're interested in other tips and tricks for you to reduce your invasion of privacy, if you are a Google Chrome web user, go ahead and check out the links down below in the video description. Additionally, I have made several different videos that talk about how to protect your privacy. I've also provided a class for the CT members of Patreon, an in-depth class. It's an hour long. I provide you with a ton of different tools that you can use to protect your privacy online. I give you some insights as to why these tools are important and all the different ways that your privacy is being invaded as you participate in this online world. If you aren't a member of my Patreon, I definitely suggest that you check it out. Go to patreon.com/cryptotips. Also, a link to that can be found down below in the video description. So my next video will be going over Uniswap, a very popular decentralized exchange. I've been loving the attention that these kinds of decentralized exchanges have been getting due to their new and amazing incentive models that allow people to get rewarded for providing liquidity to decentralized exchanges. Uniswap is a huge one. So I'm going to do a tutorial on how to use Uniswap. I will also be going over the different wallet integration options that work within Uniswap. Additionally, of course, MetaMask is included, but there are others as well. And I just want to end this video again, giving yourself just a little reminder here to go ahead and check out those privacy policies of any websites that you're using. You might be surprised. You're probably going to be disappointed, but it's best to be aware. And now, if you guys, after this video, you're still willing to use MetaMask, at least now you are an educated user and you know what you're getting yourself into, and you know how to at least kind of protect yourself if you are using MetaMask. It's going to wrap it up for today's video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it, found it informative. If you like videos like this, I suggest that you hit subscribe with that bell notification turned on so you can get more videos like this when they come out. In the meantime, I hope you're staying happy and healthy. I'll see you soon.